Hey guys, it's Kelly with Sevens Emporium, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on the unlined zipper bags. And it won't matter if this is baseball or if it's some other sport, they're all going to be made the same. As I said, these are the unlined ones, and I've got this little coin purse one, and I have these zipper bags. This is the 5x7, and today I'm going to be making the 6x10 because I need to test it out, and the steps are going to be identical anyway. So here we go. The materials that you're going to need to make this are tearaway stabilizer. You're going to need 2 pieces of vinyl. I'm using vinyl. You could use whatever you wanted to, but as I said, this is the unlined bag, so I suggest vinyl for this one. So you're going to need 2 pieces of fabric that are, I'm going to say, about 1 inch wider and longer than what your bag is going to be. So if you're making the 5x7, you're going to need like 6x8 and so on. You're going to need a zipper that's long enough to go past whatever your length measurements are. You don't want to use like a 7-inch zipper if you're making the 6x10 bag because it's not going to work. You're also going to need, if you want to, some ribbon or something to make like a little wristlet loop or a little coin purse loop to attach to a keychain or a bag or something like that. Okay, so I've put my hoop in the machine and I've run the first 2 steps, and that's run the outline for the entire bag as well as the zipper placement. Now I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to have it zipped up. I'm going to put the zipper pull toward the left. If your machine is oriented this way, it may be a little bit different for you. But you're going to want to just check what your next step is going to be. It should stitch this side of the zipper first, and then you'll unzip it. So you just want to make sure that your zipper is toward the open side of this next step. So you're going to put that down and you're going to tape it in place, and then we're going to run a step to tack that down. Okay, I've put it in the machine and it has stitched this part of the zipper. I've now unzipped the zipper sort of to the middle. I'm going to put it back in the machine and it's going to tack down this end of the zipper. Because I'm lazy and I don't like to measure stuff ahead of time, I'd rather kind of just wing it. After I have my outline here, I place my fabric on here and kind of figure out about where I'm going to need to make my zipper line. I'm going to put like a little snip there so I can see. And now I'm just going to come over here and kind of line this up. It doesn't matter if you're perfectly level across as long as you cut a straight line. You're going to need to cut a straight line across here so that when you put the fabric on your zipper, it's going to have a nice clean edge on it. And that way you don't have to go ahead and cut stuff ahead of time. Like I said, I'm lazy and I don't like doing that. Okay. Now you're going to leave your zipper unzipped, and you're going to butt this fabric up near your zipper and the top one. And you're going to tape this in place, send it back to the machine, and it's going to sew this part first, down here on this end. Then you're going to zip your zipper, and it's going to sew this part. Okay, so as you can see, I've stitched this end, and now I'm going to zip my zipper. Make sure that it goes into this area where it's already stitched. And then we're going to return it to the machine and finish stitching the zipper in. Now that my zipper is completely sewn in, I'm going to unzip it to about the midpoint, and I'm going to run my red stitching, which is going to give me my baseball stitching here, and it's also going to stitch my words and the rest of the design. Okay, so now I have everything stitched, and I'm going to put a little loop on the end of mine, and I like to put this so that when it's zipped, that's the end that it's on. So I'm just going to kind of guess about how much I want here. If you want just like a little loop or no loop or a great big loop, it's all up to you. So I'm going to fold this in half. And I'll show you a little trick that I do when I do ribbon. Whenever I'm doing ribbon, I hold my ends together and cut off anything that's just really crazy sticking out there. And I melt these together. Obviously this won't work if you're using like cotton ribbon, but as long as it's like polyester or something, it will. But I melt those together, and that way it's so much easier to tape down because they stay together and they don't want to slide apart and all that kind of crazy stuff. So just place that just outside of your stitch area, We're going to tape that down. And we're going to take our fabric right side down and cover this. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape on it. And then I'm going to finish the bag. When you're taking your stabilizer off of the back of this, you'll notice how the stitches have the little V shape in them. I have found that it works so much better if you tear out the stabilizer so that you're going up against the V. If you pull it down the other way, kind of the V is this way, you want to go up the line. If you come down the other way, it kind of wants to pull on the stitching a little bit, and I would hate for you guys to pull your stitches out of that. And it's not really a defect in making it, it's just kind of the way that it goes, and it kind of works out a little bit better if you pull going up the V. Okay, so I've cut out my bag, and you'll notice that there are slightly rounded corners on this, and I did that so that it turns a little bit easier. This is my secret trick. I put this in the dryer just for like a minute to kind of soften this vinyl, and if you will do that, it makes it so much easier to turn, and it also makes your corners come out better if you do that. I also like to use my handy little crochet hook to help me get those corners out smooth. And I just use kind of the big fat end. And because this is warm, it will poke out really nicely on these corners. And that is how you make your baseball bag.